All right, let's talk about goal setting. Good morning and welcome to In the Car with Clint. Today we are going to talk about goal setting. I'm hopefully going to give you a video that you can go back to and reference every time that you want to sit down and get your goals out of your head and onto paper. For this exercise, you are going to require something to write with and something to write on. Make sure you have enough something to write on to get a lot of things out of your head. Have you got that piece of stone, paper, wood, chipboard, plasterboard, plastic? If you're a millennial, you might even type this into a MacBook. Okay, so what I want you to do now is start to think about anything that you want in your life in the next 12 months. And I want you to write it down like you've got it, right? I have $100,000 in the bank. I own a whatever speedboat you might like. I have a high quality relationship with my significant other that is measured in the following way. We go to this together, we go to that together. And just write down as much as you can, right? Even if it sounds dumb, get it out of your head and get it onto this piece of paper. Now, think about the following pillars. I'm making this up as I go along, so just bear with me. But think about the following pillars. Health, right? How do you want your health to be? How do you want to be seen and perceived? What do you want to be able to do? What do you want to be able to lift maybe? How far do you want to be able to run without stopping? How often do you want to train? Then move on to wealth. You know, how much money do you want in the bank? How much profit do you want your business to make? How much turnover do you want your business to make? And work through that. You might have some goals around charities. How much time do you want to spend working with a charitable organization? How much money do you want to donate as a percentage from what you make to your local church? How much food do you want to donate to your local kennel? Everything around that. Get it out of your head and get it onto a piece of paper. And just don't stop writing. Now these can be, at the moment we're thinking 12 months. If you start to exhaust the 12 months, let's move into the next 36 months. How does your life look? If you're looking back 36 months, you know, what do you look like in 36 months? Are you married? Have you gotten divorced? Have you bought a second property? You know, what car are you driving? What makes you happy? You know, who are you with? Have you had kids? Have you joined a new sporting club? Have you learnt something new? So let's start going down that path. What are some skills or hobbies that have interested you that you might want to start working on? You know, maybe you want to learn to shoot clay targets. Maybe you want to learn Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Maybe you want to learn how to use Excel. That's something that's been on my mind for a while. And I'm talking like baller, like hardcore Excel, kind of like next level, because I love numbers. Then look at relationships. You know, who do you want to spend more time with? You know, you need to be more intentional about these things. It's not going to happen by itself. You know, is it something that maybe you can start having a date night with each of your children once a month, where you get to, like, I've got 3 children and it's hard to spend time with all of them when they're all together and have that really intentional time. How does that look for you? Like, can you have a date night with each of your children? And you know, for me, as a father of a beautiful young lady, I want her to be able to come out with me so she understands how a man should treat a lady. And I know some of you will probably get all fucking, I don't know, that's misogynistic, or, you know, we should all treat each other equally, but I still believe that a man should treat a lady like a lady. Maybe you want to visit someone in an elderly home who you don't see enough. Like, get all of this down on the piece of paper and just keep writing. Maybe you want to pay your house off. Maybe you want to start a new business. Maybe you want to change the structure of your business. Maybe you want to finally get rid of that business partner who you just can't stand. Get it all down on paper. This is for you and you alone. No one's going to see this. This is just for you. And just keep writing and writing and writing. Once you get your 1 and 3 years down, start moving into 5 years. You know, how much wealth have you accumulated? How safe are you? Have you got the amount of, you know, emergency cash saved that will get you through a year of poverty or famine? You know, have you, you know, bought that second property, or now you've developed and you've got 4 properties, or your kids are going to private school? Get it all out of your head. Do not limit yourself. Put these goals down as if nothing else matters, right? Now you get all these goals down onto a piece of paper, spend half an hour on this, grab yourself a icy cold can of sparkling mineral water and just keep working through them. Don't put conditions on them. Don't think about how you're going to do it. Just get them out of your head. If you had this unlimited potential that you could ask a magic fairy for anything and you would be given this, get it down on a piece of paper. Now, by now, you've probably got all your goals written down. No, it's like 6 minutes. Pause this now if you're still writing and just keep putting stuff on paper. And when you've got it all, unpause it, and then we will continue this process. All right, sick. So now you've got a massive sheet of goals. I want you to now look at every single one of them, and there's a big process here, and you might want to try and use some software for this or whatever, but what I would do next is create these goals as tasks in in an accounting platform with a due date. So you'll hear about SMART goals, about, I don't even know what it stands for, you can look it up. I think they have to be specific, measurable, achievable. Fuck the achievable shit. Like, let's set some high bars, because I think sometimes if you worry about it being achievable, you won't actually look for how to do it. So get the goals down. The SMART thing might not matter. I'm just riffing here. And then get them into a platform, put your due dates on them. And now the important thing, I need you to now say to yourself, what do I need to do to make this happen? And that question is going to be the difference. What do I need to do to make this happen? And it might be a lot of process, and you might need to subtask this down. But if you say to yourself, what do I need to do to make this happen? And start listing it down. So you want to be a fucking billionaire and have $1 billion, right? How many years have you set yourself to make $1 billion? All right, 10 years. Cool. So you need $1,000 million. Are you going to make that equally over the next 10 years? Are you going to make it by selling a business for $1 billion in 10 years? Ask yourself, how am I going to make $1 billion in the next 10 years? And if you keep putting it out there and just keep asking yourself the question until you get the answer, you will have the tasks or the steps that are going to come into play to do this task. I know this sounds really simple, but this is it. You set a goal and then you ask yourself, how am I going to achieve this goal? I want to lose 20 kilos, right? No, I'm going to rephrase that. I now weigh X kilos, right? Because you're talking about it in the current tense. Your brain doesn't know the difference, right? So you need to talk about it as if it's happened, and then you've kind of told yourself already. Someone else will explain the psychology behind that. Put it in the comments if you're a psychologist, you can explain that. I weigh 99 kilos. Now, you're going to go on the other side of this, and you're going to go to the what did I do, or what do I need to do to weigh 99 kilos? Well, of course, dickhead, you need to eat less food and move more, right? Whatever works for you. Some people choose to exercise, some people will choose to go down the diet path, some people might have surgery. I just had 20 kilos removed from my stomach by a doctor. Now I'm lighter. Whatever it is, you need to ask yourself, what do I need to do to make this happen? Stick it all in the software as tasks with dates, and then just start doing it. Take some action, right? Shoot for the stars. Make some big goals. You'll be very, very surprised when you're actively working towards something big like that, how happy you become and how the achievement feels. And if you can get a good balance between health and wealth and family and friends and hobbies and things that make you happy, and remove all the bullshit, the things that you're not going to do, your life will change. It will be beautiful.
Let me know when you're here, brother. Do you want to reply?
No.
Okay, what's the message?
Anyway, I hope that's helped. I hope that video quality was good. It looks very bright behind me. I wish you all the best for your 2022. Not a big fan of New Year's resolutions, and so this wasn't necessarily do this for New Year's, but the video was very much around being more intentional with your goals and your behaviors in the coming year. I find that as much as New Year's is a bullshit time because no one does the New Year's resolutions, I think the Christmas period, especially off the back of the 2 years that we've just had, is a great time to sit and reflect on what happened versus what you wish happened or that you think should have happened, and then be more intentional with what you want to happen. Set those goals, get ridiculous, chunk it down into baby steps, and just start working through it. It'll change your life. That's it. Thanks for tuning into this special goals episode of In the Car with Clint. I need to go lift some weight because I am going to get shredded. I'll talk to you real soon. Be kind to each other. If you think this will help someone, share it with them. If not, that is fine too. I appreciate you giving me your time. Take it easy. See ya.